Hello guys, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be starting a new chapter called numerical methods, right? So basically, whenever we want to solve a set of equations or say ordinary differential equation or evaluate integrals or find a root of a given equation, we have used all these days a method called analytical method, right? So that's what I've written, sir. To solve a mathematical problem like set of simultaneous equations, finding a root or evaluating an integral or solving a differential equation, there are broadly two ways. There are broadly two methods. The first method is the analytical method and the second method is the numerical method, right? In all these days from childhood to now, whatever the method we have followed was basically analytical method, sir. Now, what is the meaning of analytical method? Analytical method is that method where you have formula based solution. That means whenever a set of problem is given to you, you will have certain formulas for it, you will apply appropriate formula and get the solution, right? But what is the problem with this kind of analytical solution? The problem is it works on small range of problems. Why small range of problems, sir? Because if I give you a second order, that is quadratic equation, and I ask you the root, you will tell the root by formula minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If it's a x square plus bs plus c. Whereas if you give a fourth order equation, then there is no formula for it. Third order equation, there is no formula. Fifth order, there is no formula for it, right? So that's why it works on a small range of problems, right? And it can be used for only linear equations. That means whenever you're solving a set of linear equations, you know how to solve it using matrix. But as soon as I make it non-linear, then what happens, sir? You don't have a set of rules. Or while solving the differential equations also for linear, we have a set of rules. As soon as it comes to non-linear, then what, sir? We cannot find the solution of non-linear system of equations. But the only advantage is what? There is no error. You will not get any error based if you are using an analytic method. Whatever answer you are getting is basically a gunshot answer, right? So this is what we are as a student or as a learner, this is what we were doing so far, right? But in practical world where you used MATLAB, softwares like MATLAB or any other software which does computation, right? All these softwares don't use this analytical method, sir. For small kind of problems they use this, but if you put the roots of a fourth order, fifth order and any higher order equation in a MATLAB, it will definitely give you a solution, right? So whatever the higher end softwares whichever you're using, they do not use this analytical method. They use something called numerical methods. So what is basically numerical methods? A numerical method is basically nothing but it's a stepwise calculation algorithm. So that means to approach to a root, we will have some steps to follow, right? It is not based on formula. There are some algorithms which we have to follow to get a particular solution. So in numerical methods, you do stepwise calculations using algorithm, right? Since the computation power has increased very much, because if you see nowadays we are getting a phone with 4GB, 6GB, 12GB RAM and all, the laptops and your PCs are also become very powerful. So these softwares have become very powerful, right? So the computation power they have is much higher now, right? So the speed of calculation and the speed of stepwise algorithm doing is become much greater. So if we are good enough to write a new algorithm or understand the existing algorithm, then we can make these softwares better and we can solve more complicated problems in less times. That's the main motto of using the numerical methods. So first point of numerical method is what? Stepwise calculations using algorithm is done. Here what was there, sir? Here we used formula based thing, right? And it works on wide range of problems, right? This was stopping till x square plus bx plus c, you have formula. But if you can go to higher powers, that is cubic equation, fourth power equation, for that also this kind of numerical method gives a solution, right? And third one, it works for both linear and non-linear equations. It works if you give a linear equation, non-linear equation, it does not matter anything to this. Unless your algorithm should be good enough to solve any equation, then it might be linear or non-linear, you will not have a problem. Numerical method will give the solution. But the only disadvantage with numerical method is there will be some error in the solution. What is the meaning of error, sir? Whenever you do some continuous iterations, what will happen? When should I stop doing the iteration, sir? You will say that if the distance between iteration to iteration, right? Or the gap between iteration to iteration will be called as error. If that epsilon, that value is less, that means your value has converged. If it is converged, then we will say that with some small amount of error, we have achieved the solution, right? So a small amount of error can be seen in your numerical methods, right? but that can also be rectified if your number of steps have increased, or if your algorithm is better, or the speed of your computational power is good, then that error can also be very much minimized. Assume for you are getting numerical answer is say 2, and you are getting your analytical answer for some question you are getting it as 2 here, and say you are getting as 1.999999 like this you are getting, right? So it is for us to understand that this is almost equal to 2, right? So that's how we will incorporate our lives with numerical methods. So this is actually the most important chapter of mathematics, because if you are a computer science engineer or a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer, you might have to model a given system. When you model a given system, you might have to solve it. When you want to solve it, you might get a tough differential equation or a tough root thing, that is equation whose root you have to find. For that, your analytical methods may fail. So wherever the analytical method fails, your numerical method will help you, right? So this is the introduction to your numerical methods. Very good. Now let us see what kind of the problems we dealt in this unit, right? Because this can solve a wide range of problems, but as exam perspective or as an engineering background, what problems we are going to look, we'll see, sir. That's what type of problems dealt in this particular chapter. I'll be dealing with solution of set of linear equations. That means if you have a set of linear equations of say third order, fourth order, any number of n number of equations, simultaneous linear equations are there, then what can I do? I will find a solution to them, right? This is one kind of problem. The second kind of problem is solution of an algebraic and transcendental equation in single variable, right? So I will tell you what is transcendental algebraic equation. See, listen here. Say if you have ax cube plus cx plus d is equal to 0. Can you find the root of it? Yes, sir. Say by trial and error you got one root, then you divide, you will get another. This is what, sir? This is basically a algebraic equation, right? Say somehow I am asking sine 2x is equal to cos 4x. Can you find the value of x? Yes, sir. By some rule we will apply and we'll try to get the root, right? This is basically algebraic equation. This is basically trigonometric equation, because if you get this cos 4x this side, that will become sin x minus cos 4x. Sin 2x minus cos 4x equal to 0. That will become a trigonometric equation. But if you have something like this, say you have 2 cos 4x minus 3 sin e power 2 power x plus log tan e power x is equal to 0, right? Some random equation I have written, sir. This is basically your algebraic equation. This is what, sir? This is your algebraic equation. This is what the next one is, basically trigonometric equation. This is what, sir? This is your trigonometric equation. Whereas if you observe here in this one, there is exponential there, e power x, logarithm there, and there is trigonometric is also there, and there is 4x, that is algebraic also there. So when more than one kind of things mix together and come, that is called as your transcendental equation. What is this kind of equation called as, sir? This is called as transcendental equation. This is called as transcendental equation, right? We call transgender, right, which is neither male nor female, so mix kind of thing. Similarly, transcendental equation, so it will be mix of 2 or more equations. Very good. So these kind of problems, if it is given to you, you don't have any formula to directly solve this, right? So there our numerical methods will help us. And for exam perspective also, this particular thing is very, very, very important. I will tell you the methods in this. From exam perspective, this is most important. This is also there, but this is less asked. This is more asked, right? Then the third kind of problem we'll be looking at is called evaluation of definite integrals, right? We know integration, that is calculus, can be a lot of pain to do sometimes. If your trigonometry is not good enough, then it might be difficult for some calculus, integrals to find, right? There might not be any analytical formula, there might not be any formula which simplifies the given trigonometric or a given function, right? So there what we'll do, sir, there we will use some methods in which we will find the definite integrals. So that's the third kind of problems I'll be dealing with it. The fourth kind of problem is basically the solution of ordinary differential equation. And if you observe here, I have used only single variable. That's why everything is in x here, right? This chapter is very important as you pursue more higher educations, but as a BTech graduate or as a GATE perspective, we'll be looking at a small range of problems only. That's why a single variable. And here also solution of ordinary differential equation only. We know that to solve a differential equation, ordinary differential equation, we have solved only first order, first degree differential equation. Second order also linear only we have solved, right? And when you went to higher order, you solve only the differential equation which has constant coefficients. As soon as it's not constant coefficients or it's not linear, we did not know any methods to solve it as BTech perspective, right? So if any such problem is given to you, then we will use the numerical methods which will be teaching in this particular chapter here, right? So these are the four problems which are commonly there. Then you can have some other problems called difference equations, Newton interpolation, or Lagrange's polynomial, Newton's polynomial. I will also talk about that after this, right? So these are the four problems which I will be dealing in this particular chapter. So the first, this is from here, this is one bit is very important that you are going to get from here. That is basically he will give you a problem statement on one side and he will give you the solutions on the other side, and he'll ask you to match the following, right? So for every problem you will have to understand or remember what are the methods used, right? So for methods to solve system of set of linear equations, if you have to solve the first problem, this is the first kind of problem. If you want to solve the first kind of problem, let us see what kind of methods we have, right? For this kind of problems, we have these as direct methods. These are not your iterative methods. These are your iterative or numerical methods. These are your direct methods. Direct methods means, because we have already studied in first chapter, that is linear algebra, how to solve a set of linear equations. We will form a matrix equation called Ax equal to B. Then we will find x based on your A and B, right? The first rule is matrix inversion method. What will you do here? In this you will do Ax is equal to B. And you will try to find x from doing A inverse equal to B. So from here you will do x is equal to A inverse into B. Then you will get the x value. Cramer's rule is also similar, sir. If you have x1, x2, x3, three variable thing, then generally we apply Cramer's rule in 12th standard. You might have studied. We apply delta 1 by delta, delta 2 by delta, delta 3 by delta, right? This also we might have studied previously. Next, there are three more important things which we will be studying new here. That is Gauss elimination method, Gauss-Jordan method, and this is called as triangularization method, right? There are other names for it. Triangularization, or it is also called as factorization. Triangularization, factorization, or there is another name, sir, Doolittle. It's a scientist named Doolittle and Crowd's method. So he can give you any of this name in the match the following questions. So you should remember these names. So what is Gauss-Jordan method, Gauss elimination method? I will tell you when I go into this particular case. These are all direct methods, but in a match the following question, he will tell you which are the methods used to solve this kind of problem. So you can use any of these names also. So please remember this. And the main numerical methods which we will be seeing are also called as iterative methods. Also called as what, sir? Iterative methods. We have only two iterative methods here. The first one is Jacobi iterative or iteration method, or this is also called as Gauss-Jacobi. Gauss-Jacobi iteration method. Iterative or iteration, both are correct. Iteration method. And the second one is Gauss-Seidel method, most important method of this particular case. In everything, I'll tell you which is most important, where to focus more. This is for this kind of problems, your Gauss-Seidel is important. You will have to understand the algorithm of Gauss-Seidel, also understand the algorithm of Jacobi. Once you know the algorithm, then he will ask you when will it converge, what is the convergent rate, and all those things. Theoretical questions can be asked. Numerical also will take up 1-2 numericals and will solve this. And remember one thing, sir, all these numerical methods are best solved by using computers, right? Because they need a repetition and step-by-step process. So if they are going to ask you in the exam, he will ask you only after first iteration what will happen, after second iteration what will happen. That kind of problems can be asked, right? Very good. So this is the types of solutions or methods to solve the first kind of problem, that is system of linear equation. If I go to the second one, see sir, the second one is the most important type of problem which will be solving in this particular chapter, that is solution of algebraic and transcendental equation. We have 5 methods. The first one is bisection method, the second one is method of false position or regular falsy, the third one is secant method, the fourth one is Newton-Raphson method. In this, Newton-Raphson method is basically the most important. Very good. Then we have something called Horner's method, which is generally not studied. It is kind of out of syllabus. You don't have this in your syllabus, but there is a method like this, so you can remember the name, that that is Horner's method. If you see in the options, that is also used to solve your what's the set of, that is a solution of algebraic transcendental equation, right? In this also, if I want to tell you, Newton-Raphson is most important. The formula for your false position or regular falsy is same as secant, so these are also kind of same. This is very basic method, that is bisection method. All these methods are basically falls under a category called intermediate mean value theorem. So basically there will be something called IMVT. I will talk about this. Once you know IMVT, after applying IMVT only we'll apply any of this particular method, right? So I will talk about what is intermediate mean value theorem whenever I am going into these solutions, right? Very good, sir. Next kind of problems which I am dealing with is basically definite evaluation of definite integrals, that is something like this. X is equal to A to x is equal to B, f of x dx. Whenever I want to find integral of this, then we know that we have to integrate this, then substitute the limits. Sometimes it might so happen that the integration of this function will be very difficult. So then we will use the numerical methods. Here also we have 3 methods: trapezoidal method, Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule. So this is generally combinedly called as Simpson's rule. This is combinedly called as Simpson's rule. Right, so there are only 2 methods, that is trapezoidal rule and Simpson's rule. Right, very good, sir. Next, the last kind of problem which we'll be doing is the method to solve ordinary differential equation. Here also there are 5 methods, of which basically we'll be studying till 4th method only. But you can remember the 5th method as it can be asked in the options, right? The first method is Euler's method, or it is also called as Euler's first order method. It is also called as Euler's first order method, or it is also called as Runge-Kutta first order method. Runge-Kutta first order method. I will tell you why these are called as first order, single step and all these things when I am completely going into this. Then you have something called modified Euler's method or Runge-Kutta's second order method, or it is also called as Hume's method. So whichever is given in the option, you see that it is basically used to solve ordinary differential equation. The third method is called Runge's method or Runge's third order method. In this is basically third order. Then we have something called Runge-Kutta fourth order method. The most important of this is basically this method and this first method. There is something called as preceder corrector method also, and Taylor series method also there, but syllabusly in that they are seldom asked, and we'll be understanding the preceding corrector method using your Euler's modified Euler's method also, right? So in this, if I want to tell you, there are only 3 and 3 of 3 are important, sir. There will be a slight variation in the formula. So there are only 3 methods here. He will sometimes ask you to find the solution using either Simpson's or trapezoidal. So whatever formula is appropriate, you'll have to apply it, right? So this was the introduction to what, sir? This was the introduction to your numerical methods. When I come in the next class, what I'll do is basically, I will take up a problem that is solution of algebraic equation, that is algebraic and transcendental equation, or solution of set of linear equations, and we will take up the methods and we'll try to understand the algorithm as well as look at the what do you call it, examples, right? So let me stop this class here, and in the next class when we meet, we will take up a problem and we'll try to understand the algorithm of it. So let's meet in the next class. Thank you, sir. So that was the lecture, sir. I hope you enjoyed the lecture and gained some knowledge. For more content like this, please subscribe to our channel Octomy, and also like and share it with your friends. And if you have any valuable feedback or doubts, you can always write down in the comments. And to watch my entire playlist and the full course, please enroll with us. Thank you, sir.